Okay, today we're going to learn how to use text and insert text into an image. Any of you, if you're planning on becoming graphic artists, creating the artwork is important, but most of the things we'll be using advertising and inserting text in an attractive way is equally important. So I want to show you a couple quick little tricks. All right, now the first thing I did is I took this really beautiful image, okay, and I downloaded it. What I did is actually, instead of bringing it in as an Adobe Illustrator image, I brought it in as a JPEG. I'm going to suggest that you save your stuff as a JPEG and then go to Adobe Illustrator, open it up, and then go File, Open, and open the JPEG. You notice how that loses when you do that. You no longer select the individual parts. That actually makes it a much simpler image and a lot easier to work with. Now, the other thing that makes your life a lot easier is to go to Object, Lock, Selection. And that means that now I can no longer select this guy by accident, which is very handy. All right, so in this tutorial, we're going to learn how to do two really important things, and then we're going to have a follow-up tutorial where we're going to learn the third thing with text. All right, and the first thing we're going to learn how to do in text is to create text along a path. Now, to create a path, what you need to do, okay, I'm going to delete that little spot I just put in there. What we're going to do is we're going to create a line, and the line can be curved any way you want. I mean, you could make it a double curve if you want. You could do whatever you want. I don't like the fact that this is filled with black. I would rather have it stroked with black and filled with nothing. All right? And I'm just going to type in some text. Now I go to the T for text, type on a path. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to type in image by Jim Rasconi. Now you may notice it all of a sudden. Wow, that's huge. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this text and I'm going to go text, size, and make it a more reasonable looking size. Okay, so image by Jim Rasconi. By the way, that font I selected for a different purpose. I'm going to change it to a font that you can actually read. So I'm going to select everything, go font, and let's pick something that's how about agency? How's that work? Or, no, that one's terrible. Type font, Arial, regular. All right, so that's highly readable. Now, what I can do is, the beauty of this thing is if I click on the edge, wait a minute, let's get this whole guy. If I click on this anchor point right here, I can actually change the trajectory of my path. I can actually move it around and change the curve, do whatever I want, all right? So play with this tool because this is a handy tool. Now, to be honest with you, I think it looks best if my name is just on a nice gentle curve. I really don't need this whole giant curve that I've got here. Although looking at it now, I think I may want to curve it a little tiny bit more so it kind of more, whoops, I just slid. That's another thing. You can slide the text anywhere you want. I think I want it to curve a little bit more so it follows more faithfully the edge of the bowl, like that. All right, so there's a little bit more of a curve there. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to use a mask. And what mask is, you type text over an image and you can have the text cut out, chop out the image. All right, now that's a little complicated, but let me just show you. I went already on Google Docs and I found this picture of fruit. So I'm going to click on the fruit. I'm going to go copy picture. Actually, it's just copy. I go to my image. I go edit, paste. I'm going to scale this guy down by clicking on the scale button. Let's make it like a lot smaller, like 37%. Whoops, that wasn't what I wanted. I want to do uniform scale 35%. There we go. That's a little bit better. And I guess I can do it by hand if I want to. All right, and I'm just going to slide this sucker right up here. Maybe scale it up a little bit more. So it's a little tiny bit bigger than it is right now. All right, now all I have to do is to type in a cool font. Okay, so I'm just going to pick regular type, and I'm going to type in the word fruit. By the way, you guys can type anything you want. It doesn't have to, the title of your document does not have to be fruit. Now, I found a type that I really like for this purpose. The font I really like for this purpose was this Baby Duffy, I guess. And I'm going to make the type size quite a bit larger, 60 font. All right, and so you notice now I got this big piece of text in front of the image. All I have to do is hold the Shift key, select the image, and then I go Object, Mask, Clipping Mask I should say, Make, and now I have this nice little mask made out of the word fruit. If I want to make the word fruit pop a little bit more, I can do the stroke, and I can stroke in something like pink so it shows up a little bit better. Okay, so that's part one of this assignment using text on your images. Okay, we're going to move on to the next part in 1 minute.